Hello YouTube, it's me, your boy B3. Sorry if I look dirty and sweaty and gross. It's because I am. I've had animals all over me today. Right now I'm driving a temporary vehicle that does not have AC. And I live in Georgia, where it's always fucking burning up. So I'm like, oh. That's why I got this AC running. But, yeah, today we have another Batman book, another Detective Comics book. Batman Detective Comics Volume 2 Scare Tactics from the New 52, and one of my favorite authors and also artists, Tony S. Daniel. I love me some Tony S. Daniel. His work with Dick Grayson Batman, Chief. It's classic. But yeah, I'm going to read you the back and then the inside cover. Okay. Batman, a symbol of terror that strikes fear deep into even the most brazen of criminals across Gotham. But what happens when the machinations of the city's most terrifying villains scare even the Dark Knight? The Mad Hatter, the Black Mask, Scarecrow, and the Court of Owls all serve as a precursor to Mr. Toxic and his attempts to turn Gotham City into a wasteland. Batman Detective Comics Scare Tactics is brought to you by writer-artist Tony S. Daniels, with contributions from Ed Benz, Simon Kurandgansky, and others. I'm so bad at names. Mysteries swirl around the Dark Knight Detective. This is the interior cover. An armed robbery carried out by gunmen dressed as Batman. A string of similar-looking corpses turning up in morgues, then disappearing. An experiment gone dangerously awry, carried out in Bruce Wayne's own company tower. Somehow all of these events are tied together, orchestrated by a terrifying killer known as Mr. Toxic, and the fate of Gotham City and the world is on the line. Can the Dark Knight piece together the mystery while also dealing with a gang of fear-gassing scarecrows, an attack on Arkham Asylum by the Court of Owls, and the escape of one of Arkham's most dangerous inmates, the hypnotic Black Mask? Writer-artist Tony S. Daniel and artists Ed Beans, Julie Ferreira, and Roman Munalar and Pete Perez put Batman into a fearsome test in the new DC universe. Plus, within the deadly final lesson in Bruce Wayne's training before he became Batman, from writers Greg Hurwitz and James Tynion the Fourth. I didn't know he was on this. He doesn't do bad work. His current run on Detective Comics is actually quite good. And artist Tony S. Daniel and Henrik Josen. So yeah, lots of different stories in this book. First up, Catwoman's running around, hopped up on fear gas. Batman stops her, and he fucking tracks down the goddamn Scarecrow, and Scarecrow is like, "Oh, someone took something from me. I'm trying to get Batman to take people down for me," and he's acting like he has a hostage, but he doesn't. It's actually an old picture of Doctor Strange's son, or Dr. Hugo Strange's son. And then we got the Court of the Owls attack from the Night of the Owls. You guys know the Night of the Owls? We have the Night of the Owls issue, where they attack Arkham Asylum to kill Dr. Arkham, which kind of sets the whole Black Mask thing into motion. He escapes during all that ruckus. And then we got the Mr. Toxic story. Bruce Wayne's girlfriend moves to Paris, so that wraps that up. We also have a gang of people dressed as Batman, whose corpses are all burned and seemingly seem to be brothers, but it turns out later that they are all in fact clones of the original Mr. Toxic, who's trying to cure his genetic disease. So eventually there are two Mr. Toxics running around, one that's actually dressed as Mr. Toxic and another one in this kind of cool hazmat suit, and they're trying to use a Hadron Collider to give them power so that they can live forever and all this crazy stuff. You know, it's crazy stuff, but that's like the main story in this book. And then there's the annual, which is which I've actually read before. I actually have this annual single issue. Black Mask is trying to get his False Face Society back together, but he has to fight the Mad Hatter because there can't be two mind-controlling villains in Gotham. So he's going toe-to-toe with the Mad Hatter. Batman's fighting him. Roman gets locked back up in Arkham and all this junk. So the Black Mask is taken care of once again. And then there's a story about Bruce Wayne's training, the final training he did before he came home, about not trusting anyone, letting your emotions in, etc., etc., Batman stuff. The girl he had a crush on turned out to be an assassin. And then he comes home to Alfred after the Kane family threatens to take everything away from Alfred. Then there's a story about Two-Face with these ninjas that tried to heal him, but it didn't work out, and they were actually supposed to kill him, but they didn't do it. The Two-Face story was whatever. And then there's like just a few pages in the back, another story about Detective Bullock pulling a prank on a rookie. A really sadistic prank. But that's it. That's the whole book, you know. It's pretty good. Like, I'm enjoying this run of Detective Comics so far. I have all the way through Volume 6 currently in my collection, so I'll be going through all of them. But, yeah, Volume 2, Scare Tactics, pretty cool. And the first annual is within these pages, so that's nice. But, yeah, that's it. Thank you all once again for your support. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below, Facebook, Twitter, etc. This has been Batman Detective Comics Volume 2 Scare Tactics from the New 52. Next time, we will be doing a book that's not actually mine. I picked it up for a friend, but of course I'm going to read it before I give it to him. Luthor by Brian Azzarello. I hear this is a good book, so I can't wait to bust into it. Picked this up for my friend for $3. $3. Lucky him, right? I got him some other books too, but all the other books I got him I also got for myself, so I'll read them at some point. But yeah, so next time we're doing this, today we did Detective Comics, and thank you all once again for your support. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe, check out all the cool links, and I'll see you all later.